your keys and get in gear with a car loan from ACB. Drive away with a loan that fits you. Get up to 100% financing and 10 years to repay on a new or used car. Plus, get a pre-approved credit card. So rev up and get in gear with the Simply Smarter car loan. Call or visit us or go to acbonline.com for more.
ACB Caribbean, simply smarter banking.
Saturday, welcome to Sports Mandela. As usual, we start with a quote. Kindness makes you the most beautiful person in the world, no matter what you look like. Once again, welcome to Sports Mandela. Good morning, Daddy.
Good morning, Earl, man. It's wonderful to be here again this week. And we had two more Villa guys here this week too, you know. But two of them were cricketers and footballers and basketball players, you know. But the one in the red shirt, he plays Joe because he got picked because Joe was a basketball player, and he was a basketball player. They said, I wanted the goalkeeper, so they say, maybe basketball guys can hold ball good. But he wasn't that good, you know what I mean? He's so-and-so. If you want to otherwise, he have to defend himself. What I know he's famous for now is kite. He tampered with kite, Earl, you know what I mean? And tampered with cricket too. But the man next to me, he was the real deal. He played me a rising sun. Play basketball down there for Richie time too, and cricket, real good. But yeah, Richie, that's a so-so kind of guy, you know. He's not too good, you know. But hey, my friend, so he might come and attack me a little bit, but it's okay. But I have a defense, you know what I mean? So good to be here again this morning, Sports with Mandela. And first, I tried to get this Richie up in the studio for years. We eat lunch in Villa sometimes, most of the time, but he hasn't seen me for a while, so I'm hiding. But you see what happens, Sunday ago, this guy, he talks sports, he knows what he talks about. They would talk kite language. And he tried to get me to fly kite with him, saying, give me kite, kind of stuff. I was dodgy for a long time, but after kind of I might show up, because Earl applied the streams of the kite stuff, you know.
Right.
So people can see his kite flying live and all this other thing. So put it on and notice. Now they notice live kite flying. Guess what? I say kite. When the bigger the zoom and so. It's a big kite, man. It look real, and on up there, look majestic, man. Right. It look real good. So I'm hoping that we can show the world Antiguas and kites, you know what I mean? And which he spared the kite flying. Our body there, he make all kind of kites, you know. Which he tell the man make the kite, and so I saw him there say, which he tell me you can make kite. Say, yeah, man, be good, man. We say, show you good. We ask Richie, we say, Richie, tell me so, someone want to ask Richie, we'll ask somebody else.
Yeah.
Say, no, you have to come and see for yourself. So, I promise to go past one time, they fly kind of like a test series now. They don't Villa, they're Piers, they're Freebirds, they're all over the place.
That's good, man.
They all over showpiece, you know, they're like a talent they got. So, I'm hoping that one time, the sun is a good day for you. But I want to show the world that Antigua has a real good flight kite, and man can make kite in Antigua. So, hey, but he couldn't run the kite, but
Right.
he know the sport of it. Yeah.
Aye.
And the other day, he couldn't make calypso final. It's so joking, man.
Why, Richie, what's up, man? Taddy girl and lashes there, man.
No, them some good lads. Taddy no best, you know.
Right.
Kite also is a sport too, so when you come to sporting activity,
Right.
any which way, I'm in that. And for Calypso, I've just won the junior, I've just composed a song for the junior and won my almost 10 Calypso junior crown. I'm the first Calypsonian sportman that ever win age 5 to 12 and age 13 to 19 same year and have first one up and second one up in things. So there's a Calypso. I mean, not good for me personally, but in terms of when we go up on the stage. But for the juniors, the work have been proven.
So you can start some stats there.
Yeah, man, trying to understand. man.
Can I defend myself a little bit?
Yeah, man, yeah,
But
defend yourself.
saying that juniors win and say the juniors have no good song, okay, they can play the boxing up there, you know. There's people win who don't want to win. Because like my friend tell me this morning, the guy that won the championship last night,
Right.
he's supposed to come last. So they give it boxing, they mean that he deserve nothing.
Right.
So maybe because he have a red shirt, then like the boy win.
Right.
Maybe that's what it's all about. And that's because the song so good, so well composed.
And he sang in
I
red
see.
shirt.
I see.
I hear that the guy sang in the red shirt. You hear that?
He sang red shirt.
Oh.
He sang in a red outfit.
He sang red shirt.
Red outfit.
Okay.
See, I wasn't there, but I know the song.
It's a political competition then. Richie?
I don't know if he was political.
No?
You was good.
Okay.
No, where I was standing and listening to the
Right.
competition, see,
Right.
Okay.
most of the artists wasn't coming through. And the Diction and Clouty, when Destroy sang last night, his Diction and Clouty was on fire, you could hear him.
Oh.
When I was listening to some of the artists, so Marvel and the music, some of the artists, the music louder than them. So the mixing and the sound system wasn't good. Yeah, inconsistent mixing.
Say, I heard the first show that they said had some problem with that. I think that continues up to now.
Yes, let me tell you, we had melting pot the night before. When I went in there in the morning, let me tell you, the speaker system is so dynamic for the melting pot. When I went in last night, 3/4 the speaker gone.
I say, God, maybe.
Because the melting pot was whosoever organized the melting pot, the system.
Our sound system was different.
Sound system,
different company.
Different than the last night system. Last night, let me tell you, the system spread almost the ground in the melting pot. Last night, this was about 2 little speakers come out of the pot.
But what I want to get into, my good friend, he told me that melting pot, the crowd, you're loaded. But last night, nobody in there, so they don't want to play the speakers.
Yeah, last night.
That's my rationale.
Our junior Calypso competition had more attendance than last night.
Yeah?
Yes,
You're joking.
I'm telling you.
But that maybe speak to the quality of the song this
And
year.
the quality, I believe, the disgruntledness during the semi-finals with people changing criteria.
Wait, just
okay.
wait. Because that is saying some Western say man's supposed to resign.
Yes. And he's supposed to get it. And then Neil Coffin went on and said he's promised his backhand this year and everything. And
Also, that's right we start the that's why you start the confusion.
that started confusion. And the original theme was you have a social, political, or even a humorous calypso in the first round. And the second round, you have a carnival spirit calypso. And then, as you see, the guy that went last night sang 2 social commentary, and that wasn't the agreement.
Right.
You know, so somewhere along the line, the negotiation breakdown. You were supposed to be a social commentary, political commentary, or humor in which way. And then the second one, because we're trying to bring back that carnival spirit.
Yeah.
And last night was, you know,
Well, if the guy didn't follow the criteria, how come he won?
no, what happened?
That's a good question. I was about to ask that a while ago. That's a very good
I had
question.
2 songs, a social commentary and a carnival spirit song. And I heard when I was on the stage singing, they changed the criteria.
Wait. When you're on the stage singing,
So I heard.
I don't believe that with you.
If you watch the competition, G. Eve, she had a carnival spirit song, and because of that, she went and changed the song. and sing two social commentary. So it was so we were wondering because it began in the quarterfinals where that they said the first round supposed to be social commentary, and then the first one you have some people singing up tempo song. So the result take like nearly 2 days to come out because they didn't know what to do with these people because it's two different criteria.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at, right? So that was the problem, and from that, everything that's done here, why? A lot of bickering and.
So like Walter said just now, Chuck said that the guy didn't deserve to win, guy didn't follow the criteria.
He eventually followed the criteria.
But
He's young.
Midway to the competition.
Let me tell you, I heard, as I told you, after I came out semi-final, the criteria changed, and there was some discussion about it. Now, when you have the judges judging, and they have that criteria, and they allow two message songs to go through, something have to change. There's no way a person singing two political songs or two social commentaries is supposed to go through because it stipulates social commentary, political commentary, and up-tempo.
But they want to
songs,
find
carnival
something with
spirit.
you. Who authorizes the kind of things? This carnival, the Carnival Sound Association, how that works? How it changes the criteria? How it get to the criteria?
We have a president,
Yeah.
and he do most of the negotiation with his committee and get back to us to tell us this is the situation. We found out certain things on the day of the signing the contract.
Wow.
19.
Maybe you find it there, this I can
You mean, I went there and I look on the contract, I see like 1990 something. I start singing. When you pass the quarterfinal, it goes on to the semifinals, you get 1,500. When I went to sign that contract, 2023, it's $1,000.
1,000?
Yes.
From 19?
From 15.
Yeah, from 15.
And you were getting 15 since in the
1990.
90s. And
So,
now
so you look at the president, I will get fired then.
You know, I mean about the firing.
Yeah, I resign, I
So
resign.
I only
Look at
recognize
Western,
that
right?
and when you went to find judge, what over this? This is what we agreed to. You know, so it's
So why everybody did strike then? The Californians.
okay, buddy, let me tell you, in this carnival, in this calf system, right? A dog eat dog. Every man feeds it. Everybody look for it, everybody do anything for it, everybody study about nobody. You know, so that's
Well, but he has some things to say about it. He want to brought the intention this morning. Walter George, you know. You're not Chuck, man, from Villa.
I mean, man, not Chuck.
But Chuck never played with you.
Villa, man,
But Chuck never played with you.
What do you mean?
You couldn't make the team that time.
Who never could make the team?
When Chuck could play, you couldn't make the team.
Richie's kind of younger.
Chuck is very young.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
my
younger.
God.
Richie, I don't recall playing with Richie because Richie was younger.
Okay.
That's just the reality of the situation. Has nothing to do with his ability. He was just a younger
Player.
Wait. You think Richie had talent?
Richie's a very good goalkeeper.
Good.
Yeah, very good goalkeeper.
That's not what I heard. Villa say, man, the Villa man say, ball passes straight.
Richie's a good goalkeeper, man.
Hey, Chuck, you give up for your good son.
No, Richie's a very good goalkeeper.
Let me explain this goalkeeper business. Right? You go 2 foot to the basketball court and you play and you play football, you play out. And you know, if this ever happens, you play out on the field and you score, and the next team score, and the next team score, and you score, and you say, tell the goalkeeper, come on the goal, let me go in.
Right.
Wait, so you get the first goalkeeping job?
Just tell the goalkeeper, come out the goal. Come out the goal, let me go in. Too much goal, go behind me. So me just take out the goalkeeper and go in the goal. So when Villa had said, listen, put Richie, let me tell you how this goes on. I mean, be on the basketball court to play. And then call me. Say, Richie, let's all go play. And when we reach the field, I have boots,
Wait, people bring boots gears up?
yes, and jersey.
You so good?
And after that, I just take them back out and put them on my garment business. Me never go to the game with no gears. The gears
Wait.
come to me.
Then guys will buy them for you, so Chuck and Villa team.
Mostly Luther.
You know, like I stated, I was before Richie, so I don't really
Right.
know about Richie adventures. But I know Richie's a good keeper.
And when
I've seen
you
him goalkeeper, and he goalkeeper very well.
When you started playing football for Villa, like,
For me?
yeah.
Back in the 60s. Luigi started playing. When started Luigi? 80s?
80s, 70s,
Right.
80s.
I got quite a few years in Luigi, man.
And what was it like in the 60s playing for Villa? What it was like in your time?
In terms of what?
In terms of the competition, the skill sets and stuff of those guys back in the 60s compared to the 80s and 90s, you're fine.
Well, I find present-day football,
Right.
to me, is better than in the past.
Okay.
Because present-day footballers, they have a lot
Right.
to work on in terms of what was already established.
Right.
Back in the days, the football was not well coordinated in terms of the playing structure to me.
Right.
I think it's better now. I'm not saying the results are better, but I think the playing structure was better,
Right.
especially in the defense. You know,
Right.
back in the days, defenders just kick ball, and there's no
Direction.
cohesiveness in
Right.
terms of moving the ball from the defense to the middle to the forward. They just kick, boom.
I mean, and you feel the famous with that Oscar and
Yeah,
flowers and pops.
well, that was because Villa played physical, especially in
true.
the defense those days. So you find them guys. The guys were big and strong, so they just fire. So they were intimidating.
And what you played, midfielder?
I played midfield and forward most of the times. Yeah.
So you say you have some skills?
I think I give myself a pass, not
Yeah?
to toot my own horn, but I give myself a pass. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. I think Taddy was telling me you're one of the first guys that got a scholarship to go after school.
Yeah, I was one of the first. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was back in '78.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because those days, athletes, there were no athletic scholarship
Right.
per se for academics and sports.
Right.
So that was a new trend. Because a lot of guys like myself and those who came after, like Richie and the others,
Right.
them, based on the familial background, we couldn't dream of getting no scholarship.
Right.
So that was a heaven sent in terms of the opportunity. You know, and it helps a lot of the young guys here. I don't know for the girls there, but
Right.
I know it helped a lot of the young guys here, myself included.
And what it was like for you experience in college playing ball over there compared to back home?
Well, it was a culture shock when I played,
Right.
because I played, like I said, 78, 79, that's when I started. It was a culture shock because in Antigua when I played, there were no formal coaching.
Right.
You just roll out the ball and everybody just played.
Right.
When you went to United States to play, it was a
Structured system.
You had to play under the tutelage of the
Right.
coach, and it was total dictatorship. You had absolutely no say.
Right.
You just do as you're being told, and that's it. You don't even think you can have an opinion. You don't have no opinion. You
Right.
just follow the instructions. Whatever the coach say goes. That's it.
But
Well, I want to jump in a little bit.
Yeah.
I have his smile, like I says, this dictatorship thing.
Right.
I remember one time he came factory, my cricket practice up there, so giving the guys the training, you know, I mean, sprints and this and that. A couple of guys started to complain. So at the end of it's exercise. He pulled me aside and said, "You didn't come here, man.
Yeah.
What are you complaining about? When in college, the only time the coach believe in that you're tired is when you start to vomit." You're not joking.
That's true. That's true.
right, right.
You played college ball for Bartlesville, Richie?
Yes.
Well, I think Richie had a different coach than I had, but
Right.
this coach was a stickler for conditioning. He really worked you hard. As a matter of fact, the physicality was so much that your body begin to do things you didn't realize your body could have done.
Right.
You know, it's like hitting an extra wall. You didn't even know you had it.
Right.
So, but it was real physical.
So that means when with those now when you come back home to play, when it's in school break and stuff, you're totally transfer.
I never came back.
Oh, you never came back. Oh,
I never
okay.
came back to play. I stayed in the United States and I
Right.
played up north. I never came back.
Okay. So from college, you ain't playing pro ball or anything? Or
I used to
semi-pro
play
ball?
semi-pro in New York, but I
Right.
never really, that's as far as it goes. But it's more communal ball, you know.
Right.
New York has a lot of football playing up there. I
Right.
don't realize that.
Right.
And you have players from all over the world playing New York, whether
Okay.
it's club ball, semi-pro,
Right.
so on and so forth. There are a lot of Africans, a lot of guys from South America, a lot of guys from Central America, Caribbean, Europe. So you see a lot of good players.
Right.
Trust me, they have some very good competition up there. We had a Caribbean league up there that we played in. You ever come and play with us in the
Yes.
Caribbean league?
Yes.
You sure you played?
We should get live with that, man. We
Which
should
is
get
actually
live.
like, Taddy, this guy talking to Richie. Get to Richie, clear sir, clear him.
The only time I came, when I played up there, is when we were staying by you.
But
When Villa
that was,
came.
okay, yeah, but that was not the Caribbean League. That was just some friendly games that we organized to accommodate the Villa
team.
team. Yeah, Villa. What year? I think Villa came up 92 or 93.
91.
91. They came up 91. As a
Right.
matter of fact,
Destroy you
This,
now.
this, yeah, this,
Let
yeah.
me tell you now.
Okay.
Like, you see, like Taddy love. Taddy
Yeah, get it, yeah. Say a piece, say, tell
Taddy,
him.
when he and me, I was in that tournament, that them games, they structured, you know. Not even Marble could pass me now. With New York, nobody could score
Well,
for me.
find some
And-
goes up.
What do you mean?
What you say?
I was living with this guy.
when Villa came,
He can't score for me.
when Villa came, they had a amalgamation of players. Because they had a few guys who did not play for Villa. But anyway, they wanted to tour. I guess Luther felt he had to incorporate a few guys to strengthen the team. I recall that I was there.
That they from Param.
Right.
I don't think Paso playing for
Paso,
Villa
yeah.
when he came.
But Paso was playing for Villa at the time.
But I know a few other guys who played who were not playing for Villa. But it was a good team. Richie goalkeeper in the game. It was not a competition, like I said. It was some friendly that we organized. But we had a Caribbean competition differently than that.
Right.
The goalkeeper that we brought up to play was Reptile, I can recall.
Oh, reptile. Farm.
Yeah, Reptile. Not that Richie is not better than Reptile, because I've seen Reptile goalkeep. But then again, when Reptile goalkeep, Reptile was under the influence. So he didn't do too well. I recall telling Reptile we were playing on AstroTurf, and I said, Reptile, you ever played on AstroTurf before? He said, no. I said, well, you gotta watch the bounce, you know. He said, don't worry about it, man. Be good, man. First ball go to Reptile, bounce over by head and score, you know. I said, look at this. But like I said, he played under the influence.
Right. But
No
that,
pun intended.
That was a good experience you all on the turf. That's
Yeah,
turf.
I
Right?
played on the third. As a matter of fact, I think when Villa played against, I think it's a Jamaican team
Right.
played against on the third.
Right.
And for the love of money, Taddy, they can't score for me now.
Right.
2-0 again.
Say defend very well.
Listen, let me tell you this, right? When you hear Luther will come and say, hey, Richie Bata will say, because I was very playful, very jovial in the goal.
Right.
Me, I don't love to be practicing for hold someone. When the match time comes, you can't get no shot. Me not like that.
You want to get shot.
Me tell
Oh,
him,
wait. You're not like Joe. Joe don't want to shot at all.
who you talk? Listen, me tell him and move. Me want some shot. Me practice hard for get a shot.
Right.
So me need shots to keep me going. To keep me going, because let me tell you, in the earlier years of playing, when you're in the goal, if you don't really keep yourself, you know the easiest and the simplest that the ball
Not
is
pass
pass
it.
you,
True.
because you're not involved.
True.
So I learned that and understand, take the basketball to the football in terms of in the goal, in terms of throwing and dictate the game, throwing the ball. Listen, let me tell you, if you put down the ball for spot kick, me can kick him from here to the street now.
Why so weak?
No, me can't. Listen,
You're not kicking skills.
Me can only kick the ball if you have good. And a goal kick.
You're not
but
ki-
a spot kick.
If the man, but when you teach you that, man.
My foot from my ankle to my toe very long. So you can't, so I'm going to try to hit the instep shot, I broke my foot and ankle and something. So I have to hit them from the side.
Awkwardness, man. Awkwardness.
I hit them from the side. I'm going to tell you, between the ankle and the toe, my long span. So I'm not,
In fairness to Richie, I was speaking to Luther this week,
Right.
and he applauded Richie throwing ability as a goalkeeper. He felt Richie threw the ball exceptionally well.
Right.
Richie's strength is not the kicking, but he was accurate. He has long throws. I guess that may be part of the basketball.
I guess because basketball.
Basketball
Yeah.
repertoire. But he has some good long throws.
I remember Gary alluded to that when Gary was here, when he talked about cricket and football, and hands and eye coordination, goalkeeping. Gary was here a couple of weeks
let me
ago.
tell you what happened. We'll just get knocked out at a tournament, Antigua, and St. Lucia came in. St. Kitts gave us one on the recreation ground. St. Lucia was coming through to go to St. Kitts, and we had a friendly, and I was keeping for Antigua. And let me show you how throwing and crossing, this is my strength. When them hit the ball from one side, I catch it, throw it to the next side. They come from this side, catch it, and basketball, me heard them. So when St. Lucia see this, I'm going to pick up the ball. Me can tell you what happened. Pick up the ball. At the time I'm at the pavilion end, with Richardson, and pick up the ball. I'm going to the left. When they cross, because what the plan was diagonal, and that now go work. You can't send cross no ball. You can pick down that. So I would pick it down and to the neck, like I said, to Daryl, back. And it gets so like contagious to them. So they think they understand what me do. And I can't remember, forget this play, Taddy. Tulwana in the central middle. And because the switching, I throw a ball right down the middle. Let me tell to Toll. And Toll does on the ball, go on the foot and go to the goalkeeper. All when Toll me I could do just turn and run straight. Come down have St. Lucia open, then think that. I say, come higher more want to. Down the middle now.
So wait. So you've been coaching all that thing long time ago?
Yes.
You work as strategy and all that?
Yes.
You read the game very well.
Let me tell you, when I collect when if a striker kick the ball outside, what do you think me do? I put down the ball, you know the ball, when we kick the ball to? The half back now. Me kick the ball up the field. If you see me line up, just know at the half back. Me just tell my half back, come back, square with me. So I can hit it so. Hit it to that. Me now go so, because we jam my foot in the man kick up.
Well, so like a goalkeeper, like the president of goalkeepers, start the play from behind and build up.
I mean, we start the play from behind.
Oh, you was so goodish?
Yes, we could understand that. Because my substitute, because my can't kick it as good as Willie. And so I say, okay, listen, Richie, bust them come up. And Chutney just kick the ball.
Oh, wait. Villa the kind of man can control the ball, pass from behind it. Villa boom kick, man.
When me serious in the goal.
But not about you. Me tell the Villa
You can't
players.
scope me.
But not about you.
Me go
You
to
pass
the
the ball.
season, me go to the season, Villa first championship with me in 1984 now.
I know.
About a 3 goal score for me now. 3, that's what I can tell
No. Let me say something to you.
Can't beat me.
I want to find something for you. Who defenders? Pops and Lawrence?
No.
Come on,
It
the
was
God,
Blythe,
man.
Sharkey,
Cannon.
and Lenny.
Come on, ask that for a reason, you know. Because Villa defenders we are good, but the goal is coming them now.
No. You can say that about 5 Island with Vicky. We can't say that available. When Job left 1980 somebody and me come in the goal, me come with that same, so that when Job came back, he couldn't come to Villa.
He couldn't make the team?
He couldn't make the team.
Maybe Joe could make it. Joe will listen to you,
Job could not make the
Joe will
team.
watch you know.
Well, you know, I hate to correct Richie and I hate to say something.
Chuck.
But again, speaking to Luther this week, Luther said when he see Job in 5 Island goal, he had to go back and get him.
Why? If
Because of the size of the man. When Job spread, you don't see nowhere to kick the ball.
okay.
So, I mean, even though Richie might have been the goalkeeper, they still had Job as the apex in terms of
Yes.
we need Job back.
But wait. But Joe's it depends on Lawrence.
Well, I mean, Richie knows he's not better than Job as a
No.
goalkeeper anyway. So,
He's not arguing that. He's not arguing that.
No.
I just want to point that out because I don't want
Because,
people to
let me
think,
tell you.
that's what's been implied.
The reason, when I say he could make the team now, when Job came back, because Villa just won
The championship.
our first championship.
First?
But that's the problem. Job can make any team. So you
Right?
can't say
And
Job
so
can't make
when
the
he
team.
come back, they say he went to 5 Island.
Because you have a synergy already in the team already.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
And let me tell you, 1986, as he came back, and you know who he had to ask to come make the team?
You?
Me.
You?
Yes.
What do you mean? Joe will beg you play?
Let me tell you, me and Joe have this relationship, right? People don't know that.
Or the basketball connection?
I mean,
Not
if-
only that,
if-
me and
if-
Joe play for Antigua football. This is the first time this ever happened now. The 2 goalkeepers come from the same team. Me and Joe
So
keep for
the
Antigua.
backup keeper and the front.
And the front keeper for Villa. Nobody know that. Me and Joe.
Wait.
Right.
Who the president of Villa, man? The president of football is there?
No. You know, in the coach that time, you had Payne Hewlett and
Was it Livingston?
the man that just passed, the Fitzy.
Fitzy Philip.
Fitzy Philip.
Okay.
Mervyn was there too. Antigua side had just come back from Colombia.
Yeah.
Yes. And they give me a big red jersey, my hand. Yeah.
I don't know where.
Big red jersey, football, you understand that? Like a skinny guy. But Joe, this connection that me and Joe used to have. When we traveled with Antigua, Joe loved to party. He loved to go out. He said, Richie, let me tell you something. If the tour go out, he can't tell me nothing. Have the two goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Do the same thing. So I walk with Joe.
I said something about that. Earl, last week, I implied that to Joe. Lenny tell me so.
Yeah.
Remember mentioned it to him?
Yeah, I mentioned that last week.
Lenny tell me so that is part of Joe plan. Walking the defenders and this and that.
Yes.
So you don't want to punish him. They'll punish the whole team. So the team there.
Oh, God.
Lenny tells me twice.
Well, I mean, that tell you how not serious the football is, because that shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. You know, I mean, if you're playing for a team and you have discipline, you have curfew, you're supposed to meet the curfew. If you have a player telling other players, let's go, blah, 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 that's poor reflection on the management as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I agree with you.
I wouldn't even entertain that, to be honest.
I agree with you, Chuck.
So you,
get rid of them.
so Chuck, you have played one thing, a national team?
No, I never played for Antigua national football team, no. But that's neither here nor there for me.
Right.
And Taddy will explain that to you. Taddy, go ahead, Taddy.
Let's stick to those guys. And I get involved in that.
Taddy, you can explain with your shoot in the breeze. Listen to me. There was a time when I believe
Right.
if Antigua pick 11 players, the 11 players that they selected was not necessarily the best 11
Okay.
to me.
Right.
It's just an 11.
Right.
Because there were no, I don't want to say there were no criteria for selection, because you can look at players and see who's good and who's not good.
Right.
But the selection process was kind of flawed to me.
Oh.
Always flawed to me. I never understood how some guys got selected. Some I understand, others I never understood.
It's cheap thing, maybe because the club you play for might be.
Sometimes people like you, you know. When people like you, they like you.
Right.
They like you, they you know.
Okay.
Take this guy for example. He's a very likable guy. I'm not saying he's not good. but when people like you, they like you. I've seen that happen a lot in sports. But I'm not saying that Richie's not a fine athlete. I
Right.
think he is. But I've seen a lot of guys who didn't measure up and
And get selected for national duties.
But Taddy will tell you. Taddy explain to our guy.
But like Taddy doesn't want you realize, right?
I don't know why Taddy dodged it.
Yeah,
because
even though this guy keep tell him too.
Taddy is the man who has brought good discipline to Antigua sports,
Right.
especially in cricket.
Right.
And players who played for Taddy, players who intend to play for Taddy, they know it's all about discipline.
Right.
They know it's about being prepared, because my philosophy in athletics is better to be prepared than to be lucky.
That's
because
true.
your luck can always run out. But
That's
if you're
true.
prepared,
Right.
that preparation will stay with you, you know.
Yeah.
So
We'll take a break now, you know,
Yeah, okay.
for half an hour.
from ACB, drive away with a loan that fits you. Get up to 100% financing and 10 years to repay on a new or used car. Plus, get a pre-approved credit card. So rev up and get in gear with the Simply Smarter car loan. Call or visit us or go to acbonline.com for more.
ACB Caribbean, simply smarter banking.
Tell us about your cricket.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
my cricket days were short-lived. Right?
Why?
Let me tell you, Villa was practicing and we passed into to go to the basketball court. And every time we passed you, they say, the basketball man can't play no cricket or anything. Just like that. And so the very next day, I was passing through. Let me tell you how it goes. Listen to this, Daddy. The very next day, we passed you and put down 4 overs. And the weekend we in the Villa team.
The shorter
The
man.
next match.
The shorter players.
No.
Oh.
The next match, Gene Gould said, listen, put which in the team. I went in the team and he said, okay, you explain to me, I can't get a new ball, because I feel the new ball going to slip out your hand because they never really play. So maybe first change, after flow and step line.
The great flow.
Yes. Right? And then me ball, me swing. And me can remember our play against Barnsley. You know, they have some red cap people till they used to play good cricket and a taxi man.
You talk, some the rest of man.
Yes, and we take a return catch, goalkeeper style, and spin round, bowling card on the ground. It's good. You have to say how.
Hey, how when anybody can see the catch, that way me how. Why is it how?
Say how, he man does how. I'm upon Gene Gould's shoulder, down a Villa for the return catch. Right? Mr. Council Colin Derrick is to open for Villa. Mr. Hugo.
The team sounded a very weak team to me.
Pat. You know, Pat that is for public work.
Pat Martin.
Pat Martin.
The
Danny
old
Livingston.
team, man.
Yes, but me and youngsters was past you. Jabbar, who went on to make Antigua team the same year.
Jarvis.
Jarvis
Yeah,
as the
Jarvis.
opener.
He scored a lot of ones.
Yes.
We got you guys from.
Dan Jarvis.
John Jarvis.
No, he's very.
Left hand, the back man. Left hand, home back man.
Just with the competent back.
Yeah, he's a bad boy. Scored a lot of hundreds.
So
He's
maybe-
advantage,
maybe
but
the
he
team.
ran his angle. Tell you behind the tattoo though.
Okay.
So let me try now to get cleats for me
By
for
the
play
police.
for bowling, because me bowling my basketball shoot. So the council try to get cleats for me play. So after the first weekend, second weekend, me do good and everything. Let me tell you, go. So son put on some bowling for me, right? Let me take off my cap. All around here, black. And you can see the cap, so Saturday cup, got to the cricket.
Yeah.
And be inside the house. And the council them knock on the bedroom and me bend down boy. And I say, reaching in the mine in there. Reaching. I tell me say, me nah playing in this one today. And then them they say, you come down yet, man, you home yet. So they gone over and start the game. About an hour after,
Yeah, good luck.
me walk over. And then the team make a team. I'm gonna pass back.
Then they fire you.
The son to what?
I'm gonna
Suspend
pass
yourself.
back.
So your son make a stop the cricket then?
Wow.
Okay.
Listen, me, y'all good now, because me tell you, me used to my basketball and a good shade.
Right.
When you hear you play cricket, right, you have to dedicate yourself to go and tile for the period of time now. Because remember, me play whole Saturday, me in there on our bat until Sunday.
That's why cricket is a real sport. Not
Yes.
the girl sport I play.
You have to really dedicate yourself, and especially you being bowler.
Exactly. And like Walter asked you earlier, if the pace of bowler,
Fast
if you
me.
give me a real fast, but you can make for me team, you know.
Let me tell you.
I can't bat.
Let me tell you.
You could have bat.
When you
I top score 5. How much you make?
let me tell you, 3/4 of the time, right? I would say 98% of the time, right? I'm gonna get the batting. You can't get the batting with Villa lineup.
The team batting line was strong.
Yeah.
What top score?
Yeah, but I'll just tell you.
Well, wait. You bat low down or you bat high?
No.
Oh,
Let me
okay,
tell you,
then
when Villa never lose 6 or 7 wickets easy now.
It's at the end, be careful how you talk.
No, me tell you, when you hear when Jarvis, Constable and then Gould come in, the whole some lockdown now.
Council ever make any runs?
Yeah, council makes some ones, man. Listen, he may not score fast,
But
he occupy the crease
stickability.
and defend and get a single.
Actually, make runs. You can occupy the crease and make runs.
He make
So shot the ball.
he make more ones than me.
But you're not going to bat in your
The closer you get to get like a batting, right? You pad up now, everybody if you ever pad up now. And Hermish, And you see blood come out, you take my car off the pad.
That
And then time you used to play.
Okay.
Beamer, not Mark.
Beamer bouncer.
Beamer, straight full that's what I would call him Beamer.
That's the killing man.
That killing the body.
Markley?
Yeah.
Mark, you try to hook the
Oh,
Beamer.
yeah, Marley, they just play right
Straight,
son.
yeah. And me tell you, me just take off the pad and wait for good feel, see? Next one.
So tell me about the spell you walk to the park. You say walk to the park and bowl our good friend Chuck, some overs.
Listen.
You beat the bat?
No. You can remember my ball on delivery in cut of tea.
Yeah.
And this man, he remember me ball from the top end zone.
Yeah.
And he tell me good ball, come and knock the inside
Okay,
half
okay.
of the bat. When he come forward and do so, I knock the inside half. But me no me be but just me the ball.
I see why I remember that because man, a quality player. So remember that you beat the bat and you tell you a good ball.
Remember now. Them used to be how the level go watch football and cricket now.
Right.
And me tell you, no, not because Chuck, when Chuck I played the midfield, right? And Chuck had a ball there.
Yeah.
As you say,
Control.
yes. As you say,
Wait. He never go like Penny Council, man.
what I mean?
Yeah, give me a break. Give me a good
I mean,
Chuck, I've never said the Chuck.
then time Villa where green and white something in Ashton Villa, what do you?
That's what I would do
Chuck
anything.
played
What's your name again?
Earl.
Earl is not a matter of who good or who no good. You know.
Yeah.
It's a matter of playing together.
Right, okay, right.
So I'm not, as he's study trying to make this a controversial discussion, but I'm not trying to go down that road there. But he mentioned Pinnacle name. Pinnacle was an exceptional dribbler.
Yes.
Right.
Dribbler of the ball. Exceptional dribbler of the ball.
Dribbler
One
balls.
of the better dribblers.
That is true.
Pinnacle will beat you and turn back around until you come now. And beat you again until you come again now.
Okay.
Like that, he'll go to the goal and turn back. And,
And that is no joke, you know.
no joke.
Literally
Okay.
did it
Beat
time
you,
and
go
time.
to the
Yeah.
goal and then turn
Come
back
back and
around.
beat you again.
And you come.
I've seen this, so I know what
Beat
you're
you
talking
and then
about.
go score.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think something, so we get him in the studio.
As a matter of fact, Earl Pinnacle was the first real grassroots man from Antigua who
Right.
went away on
In the scholarship. Okay.
And when you have a guy like that,
Right.
who everybody know his background and know his upbringing, and when you can use that as a blueprint and say, well, if he did it, I can do it too.
Right.
So that set the stage for a lot of us who came after to
fill that big shoes, yeah.
follow in his footsteps. So,
Right.
so he was really one of the first pioneer grassroots players who had a scholarship from
Villa.
soccer, not from from Antigua,
Right.
basically, as far as I know.
Okay.
If you know Villa football and you know the guys them, a lot of them got scholarship.
Right.
A lot of them, and a lot of them making great contribution to society now in terms
Right.
of the educational achievement.
And that's because we spoke about that last
And
week.
this come from the football.
Right. 'Cause right now I think Sobi Gomes, he went off on Skype and right now he's the TD for technical director for Antigua football. Yeah, Daryl Michael who was here, is second vice president. And Batao, the president.
But a lot of the
So
guys
who
who
was
went on
guys?
who were not into sports who has made good contributions.
Right.
You talk about his partner Cochrane,
Right.
who went on also. A lot of the guys.
Right.
In Neil and so on, right? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of guys, man. Even the guy with mentioned last week, the guy who in charge of Chedry and so Bobin.
Nah, Roberts.
Yeah.
A lot of guys.
was
Right.
probably a year before me.
And what was it for
Sobi
you
and Darryl.
in your college days? What it was like?
I played with Daryl and Sobi,
Right.
Sankey and Frankai, and it's
The
amazing.
great Sankey.
Yes. When I went there, I met Sankey. Pop Saukari. And the transformation, people think that you can just go, and as Chuck said earlier on, when the coach tell you this, just hush your mouth and humble yourself and do that. Right? You can't say, "Rrr." You get the next flight. You think since you think you know it all, you go up where you come from.
Right.
So in Bartlesville, because it's like a Christian college, the discipline, right? You have to tell everybody good morning, greet them and with a friendly smile and everything. Playing from time the coach saw me, anything that crossed, he said, Richie, go for that. So now in my mind, no ball can come across the coach, say, go for that. I remember a particular game we played against Oklahoma State University. And the man said, Richie, go for that. And the man knocked me tongue. My scarf. Right? That's the only one that could take me out. I left from right from the thumb straight to hospital. No, me and if Chuck ever experienced this, the coaches have players they will just send on from the right. So listen, take you out. Take you out.
So wait, you hosted that in Antigua Empire?
No, listen, me in the goal and me here Sankey talks and language to the referee. He tell the referee, let me warn you now, in the Antigua twang. Anytime this man you pit for me, I chop it today and the referee doesn't talk about you. Because in Oklahoma over there, they kind of like a
Racism. Yeah, the guy said last week.
And one of my best experience in an almost fight, Angeline, because I replaced Angeline in the goal, and the man hit Angeline top, knock out the feeling. Angeline running out of state. Remember, you don't know how you get there. You know if you get back where you live. So it does day, right? And Angeline knocked the man one thump. And the stand get up. The white people then get up. And so we take off. So we say, so we, where you go? Where you wanna go?
Where does get natural instinct?
Where you wanna go? Where you go? You go right in the tongue with the people on the top of the field. And the crowd, you know, I mean, then just cool down and I'll continue to play the game. I said, Lord, but it is amazing when you always talk our twang. And then just over, so
right.
This man is crazy, man. What's going on? What kind of language is that? And sang repeatedly, warning, in auntie gets so vexed from the wing. That you want, tell the referee, warn this man here from me in auntie go to and me say, man, referee can't understand nothing you say.
I guess different coaches have different programs,
right.
You know. Depends on the coach shape, you know, the characteristics of the team.
Right.
So when I played, I never had that experience in terms of the deliberate physicality. But you know, you get physical. You got individual players play a certain way all the time, you know. But the coach that I had, he never really instilled, you know, dirty play per se. Our team was more about playing hard. You know, but when you play hard and you want another team hard, they ain't got no time to dirty play, you know, because they can't even keep up. You know?
Right. And you have experience in racism?
Huh?
You have experience in racism?
Well, I think I'm talking about the 70s and early 80s, 80, 81.
Right.
Racism is there now 2023, much less to
Right then.
40 years ago. I mean,
right.
One thing.
But you know something. One institution, coaches, athletic director, recruit players. They recruit players not so much on their playing ability, but also look at the content of their character.
Right.
Can they withstand the different racism and other issues that are going to come towards them? Can they deal with it?
Right.
So they're not just looking at your playing ability. I mean, even Jackie Robinson was not the best baseball player when he got recruited, you know.
Right.
But he was in the military and he was well disciplined, so they knew he could withstand some of the racism that was going to come towards him. So you may have good players, but if they're not disciplined, if they're not academically inclined, they will lose their scholarship. And when people lose their scholarship, institution lose money. So
Sure.
you look at your character as the mainstay.
Right.
If you can play, you can play. If you're bright, you're bright.
Right.
They need a
Holistic.
well-rounded person.
Right.
You know. So, and the character has to do with, if a man spits in your face, can you just ignore that and keep on playing?
Right.
If a man deliberately foul you, can you just
Move on.
ignore that and keep on playing?
Right.
You know. So that weighs very heavy.
True.
And can you outright stand being called a nigger?
Right.
Because it happens all the time.
Yeah.
When I played it, I mean,
Right.
first year I was in Michigan, and I remember me and Pinnacle went into a store, and when we walk in, the white guy and say, "I ain't selling no niggers." Pitico was ahead of me, 1 year ahead of me, and he said, let's go truck. And I said, what's up? What do you mean by let's go? We come to buy something. He said, no, let's go. So when we walk out, I said, what happened? He said, you know, he said nigga, but I didn't even know what nigga mean, to be honest.
Right.
He said, you're not selling no black people.
Right.
You know, hey, we just had to walk out. So things like, he was astute enough to know, well, let me just go about business and leave it alone, you know. I give you a case in point. You want to come in with you before I give you a case in point?
Yes. Let me tell you, in terms of the playing, right? When you're playing in the States, what they will catch you with is the sub. The sub, like basketball, in and out. So if I can say, okay, go in and take out this man. But time he go in and maybe tackle you nasty, he done a back off the field. So then we sub.
He just
so
going from the job there.
In the college, we sub just like that. Sweep, sub. It's not like you have 3 subs and that's it. You sub.
Also, any more job, any more
yes,
game,
when I played, they could sub in and out. So if you see Chuck really play, and Gary can attest to that, they put the people to just maybe to hurt you, take you out. They know you're the big guy. Listen, what I get with, and they just said the goalie big. So me just look, pad up until me get too big because I'm going to go keep and tell me a cold front to come in. How you gonna play? How me gonna play? When me on cold front, not son. You know, you take a play now. So you have a pad up now. So me goal keep and then say 12 o'clock. Sometimes the cold front will come. So you have on 2 pants and 2 socks and gloves and all that. And say cold front. So the cold front guy never take back on that. The sun come and say, oh Lord. That is the discipline maybe Chuckling to have, even at that type of discipline, right? For withstand the different condition and doing playing, because you know you can be a heat wave coming on cold front. That means the weather just turn cold all of a sudden. You know.
Speaking of character, I remember I brought a basketball team down in the 90s, and the players them were Americans, and we played some games against some teams. I think we played against Skillville too, and Antigua national team and other teams. And the point I'm trying to make, we went to Sandals Beach. The team went to Sandals Beach for a swim. And one of the black.
Where's Sandals Beach?
Eh?
Sandals at the beach.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about? The beach where Sandal Hotel is located.
I'll see it.
So you don't want me to say Cubs. You don't want me to go local and say Cubs and Pike now. You know me. You know I'm from down there. You don't want me to say Cubs and Pike now. So we were at Sandals Beach, so the audience can understand what I'm talking about, because you might have a young audience who don't know about Cubs and Pine Beach.
Yeah, that is true.
So we were swimming, and one of the American guys, this white guy drive up in his boat. And this American guy said, hey man, give me a ride in your boat. And the white man say, nigger. He didn't get to nigger yet. And as soon as he said nig, he intended to say nigger. The Yankee black guy just jump in the boat, grab him, and start pelt some brownie. Literally, he was literally going to drown him. The rest of us had to run and pull him off the guy. When the white guy catch himself, he run back on his boat and take off. He thought he was talking to local natives.
Right.
Because you see everybody black, he thought they were local natives and dare to call the guy a nigger. The guy nearly killed him. So when I talk about content of character in terms of the United States, you have to be able to withstand all that. Now, if that had happened to what happened to me in Pinnacle, if that happened to an American guy, the result would have been different. You see what I'm saying? So they look at you, how can you deal with certain issues? Yeah. Go ahead, Richie, sorry.
Shock say if you have to add to that.
You know, you see, Taddy love to say, oh, Richie, this and this. Let me, when America see me for the first time now, me an old man now, they never see no talent like that now.
Old way.
I was 29, 30. And
okay.
What that mean in America? That's it for you now. No hope in the sports. And at the time, me make NAIA first team and NCAA first team, and them see me, you know what I mean? Because the ability to catch the ball has me come from the basketball. I mean,
that's what you taught you.
Yeah.
Did you play basketball with them?
Huh?
Did you play basketball?
Yes, I play basketball too.
You made the team?
Yes.
Okay.
But what happened? Let me tell you how that.
Wait, super sub?
Yeah.
You were the super sub?
Yeah.
Okay, you couldn't make the first team.
Because what?
Which
You
was
did good
Skibble.
enough, man.
No,
No, you talk about it in
the
States.
college team.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I went to on a football scholarship now. Now, in order for you to break in the basketball team, you're going to train, you make the team. You see them, you see those players that on full basketball scholarship, you're not going to play in front of them now. Easily now. The coach will tell you, listen, this is them, for them to some, you just walk on. So you have to pay dues unless they get, because what they try to know, split me in two. But during the basketball, the soccer play. So me have to wait and then join the team. And then we make the team, I travel with the team, I play, come off the bench, but hit the newspaper. But
You did newspaper too?
I mean, freshman Richie Francis come off the bench and you know what I mean?
But score 5 points?
Tower 5, me can score 5 points. Let me tell you about the scoring business and this basketball business about scoring. You see, and I just watched Antigua play that tournament there. Terrible. No.
What do you mean terrible?
Terrible performance.
You think the heat factor had a big
No,
part
let
in it?
me tell you. And I always say this when I go on any sport program. Basketball is not about no best player, nothing. Basketball on team sport.
Chuck me saying that all morning.
Basketball goes by position. If you have a ton of best player who claim them be the best player in Antigua, put them on a team, where you get? They're not going to play.
Not a good team.
They're not going to be no team. If you get Earl, that on point guard, you put it there. You get Chuck who on 2, and you got 3, 4, 5 position, you get them put them. That is the team. So then, when I come up in a discussion and say, this player the best player in Antigua, me say, okay, he's the best player in Antigua. Me no want the best player. Me no want the best player award now. Then say, which is the greatest shooter? I say, okay, hear the word you use there? The greatest shooter ever. Now, when me argue, like, first time I say this, obviously, what does the best player award win after the end of the basketball tournament? Probably the most valuable player, right? What does the best shooter win? Most points. And me keep telling them, me win more best player award than all the best player put together. And them can't win for me award. They can't score more points than me in no tournament. Whether locally, well, internationally, them gone in a shell. Me go outside there and me bring back home the MVP award plus the most point award. But the best player that you will tell me in Antigua, he can win for you an award. Me win more award if you had 5 better players than me in Antigua. Me win most valuable player than the 5 of them put
Let me
together.
ask a question along the line. When you played with Oval's brothers, as called the team, had a guy like you on the team now? Are you want to shoot straight? What kind of defense you played?
No. You can't always want. You see people.
Answer your question.
Okay, no one?
Defense you played. The
Team defense.
How many bounces you get?
Like the player there?
Like, on the team, I'm telling you.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you. Me can't talk for other players. Me, as Chuck will tell me, I wasn't probably an exceptional player. Because I could jump and I could rebound. I could pass. I could
How many
steal
rebounds
the
the
ball.
game you get?
Huh?
How many rebounds you average?
Double digit. Me can rebound more than the center them. Listen, me playing game, the JSC at 25 points, 22 rebound.
Okay, that's good.
Me heavy with the rebound. Me heavy with stealing. But you see, my philosophy is, and I never knew it until now I get older. When you have a shooter, you have to be careful how you use him. Because we use our legs a lot. Right? And my philosophy was unknowing to it. They better tap me now. Me not worry about you now. He better worry about me now. So me take away for your game by the coach telling me, Mark Richie.
I want for example, you played the era when all the fighting take place in village school.
I mean,
Village school famous for fighting.
but I was small then. Me not play Division 2.
I remember those days. Days.
I came up with niggas 1970. And let me tell you,
No.
1979.
Okay.
Right? I left from junior niggas and went to the senior team 1979. And when Division 1 see me the first player have moved from the lower division and come up with all the big one. I mean, most valuable player. I still had a trophy up to now. Most valuable player.
Somebody
in
like
Division
you,
1.
man. There's just
Huh?
like, there's no
No. And he continued. Listen, the trend was, let me tell you how dangerous. You see, 1979, you go 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Consistently most points and most valuable player. Every tournament. Every year.
So this is cool basket. Does
No. Me used to just laugh at the people that and clown in my mind.
Wait. So he's going to Pinico.
Yes. Let me tell you. No, let me tell you. Listen, you know if you can understand me. Earl will say, which you can shoot. Right? And then you hear them tab. Oh, Taddy better than Richie, Taddy, Richie can shoot. You know me can shoot now. Me listen to you now. When me play against you the next game, right? 40 or 50 something, me shoot now. But me not say nothing. You supposed to can tap me. And you know every match what gonna happen. And you allow me for do that.
But Richie,
So me just clown in my mind, say, boy, that's my motivation. If Taddy said this tonight after the end of the game, on big lump sum.
Yeah.
but
So you
Richie,
can't talk.
I think Taddy know you were legendary with Skillville, so I don't think you need to.
No, me tell you niggas. You remember niggas, man.
If you don't feel a long time,
Remember Mac and Sam and Edo and
I know Edo and them, man. I know Edo and them, man. Know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We don't feel a long time, you know.
You know the first thing they tell me, you know, I'm a child my national team, too skinny. You're like a pony boy.
Look, you there with Villa and Grace will have a fight in a big friend in that Sunday night fight,
Yes,
big
I
games.
mean, they tell me,
Everyone and so on.
let me tell you, during the fight, you may play steel ball in Hesgate now. I remember 1976 when Hesgate, when all the band bikers always had on Company Road. You remember that? They never come on the road early until last lap.
Right.
Then the Company Road, all of them are banging and said the karate man get out the win.
The karate man down.
Yes, you remember that Darwin?
When I didn't deserve no win.
What I mean? And so,
He the ranger.
swallow,
He
swallow,
the
swallow, come and call out
judge.
tinning cat and knock and something the next day saying the tinning cat
I
back.
tell you, swallow the same thing, going to
You
fight
think
and
I'm
so.
so Hesgate win?
No,
No, you-
I don't know,
Some
even before that, right?
75.
Even before they say everything going to fight.
75.
Ah, so that's going to fight. He can't even queen. King of the band.
No, nobody them bike at the whole panorama. Block off by PDO. And high send it and go
I'll
down.
take another quick break. Let's go for our last break.
Yes, Chuck. Tell us about your quick and the exploit. I heard you're a big bat.
Well, I don't have no exploit to the extent to that extent. I mean, I played fairly well, but I'm not too here to toot no horn. I mean, I guess I could hold my own, but you know,
Right.
the last 2 years I played in Antigua, I wasn't physically I was in the best of condition because I had some health issues. So I think those last 2 years kind of, dwarfed my performance. But I was okay. You
Right.
know, like I said, I could have played with the best of them. But,
So you have any centuries on your belt?
yeah, I got centuries under my belt. But, quite a few parish league centuries.
Let me ask you, if you reach you have any century,
But Richie already told you he was a bowler.
Hey, listen, me have
Yeah, quite a few centuries.
Sambal century now too.
you want to say about centuries?
Me just play for Fresh 11, ask Earl, right back.
I don't think Richie.
Wait.
I listen.
Me used to work close to. Matter of fact,
Oh, Chuck, you want
in the Earl gap, turn Earl gap.
So they will score the centuries. The field the bigger than you, man. But the field the bigger than this
It's
go.
a serious win ball. We could make anti
What
win
kind
ball
of field
team.
the play on? Can Earl field the big like Earl yard the big like this? I see go there every day now.
Well, see that were lacking. I was playing such a tight space until make ones. Now today, not them big field and can't make no one. I was just listening to some commentary and say, this last tournament, Western is playing the first 4 ball. This man knocked 2-4 and 2-6, and then the next 15 or 16 ball in the score ones. Just maybe
The qualifier.
something here.
Who the batsman? Who's the batsman?
Can't maybe.
Netherlands, the game is Netherlands talking about.
Just recently, he came in and pop. And then the next
That's
15,
all I
20
miss.
ball, the man make no one. Just recently, maybe just 3 weeks ago, when I was playing
Trinidad?
Can't remember the
Zimbabwe.
guy name. Yeah, in the many ones. And that is Kelawi.
Chuck is almost
Tight spaces.
you can't bat nothing. That Chuck there was some batting.
What I mean? You ever play Neil and Kushan?
Let me say something, right? Let me say something about that, right?
Me listen.
When I lived in Bennett Street, 1963, right? Every road out on pushing team, St. George's, St. John's, Bishop Gate, a test match every day now. Let me tell you what the test venue was. You ever hear what Kendall pass, yeah? Where that we?
Me know it.
See?
Yeah, I remember here.
To the back of H&G, and Kendall pass, yeah. You play test match there, play test match PM with DNE.
With Kushan.
All over with the man, with Nazis, with the man, with the wholesale players and so. I push, test match I was to play. When they left Pint now and got overs, the man play push and he can't score no ones with nothing. I mean, it's goodish down here. I want them to get lucky up there now. Was scoring triple century.
Wow. That's
Me want them to push and days now, right?
Yes. Me play that.
Play with Didai and all them guys.
Is he going triple century?
Yes, push and.
That's a lot of runs.
That's like one.
See every time one. So the distance more push and. Give me no push and.
No. let me ask you
Pint
this
famous
question.
push on.
Let me ask you this is some cricketer.
Yeah.
Me about all the Caribbean, but as you said the early days, you remember them one tip out to play?
Yeah.
Now, when you look at T20 and them the limited over match, and yeah, I was a thing, man. If I could play one tip with the bat crowded until they get single, that's me supposed to transform to T20. We don't want to take singles no more.
That's the problem. I want to play the sixes
So
and
6
fours.
and 4.
Yeah, but singles in T20 has become normalized. It's like a regular single.
Yeah,
in a-
nowadays. That's true. It depends on the team.
Yeah.
Not West Indies team.
The question is, how you want to
come now.
single?
All the teams do that the singles. We're not West Indies.
Then there's no push the
Which
ball,
year
they're
they
going
go
to
by?
single. The
Which
ball,
other
they're-
point? Which you know cricket and so like the kind of sound, man.
I'm glad you know.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Okay, you realize now. Me inclined with the cricket. Me tell you, me fan.
This is basketball and no, and like a bit of,
No.
like a bit of calypso.
No.
Making your hour sportsman, I said that before we
Me
start.
all own thing.
You're not like Chuck, man. Chuck, man, better than
Listen, let
you.
me tell you. Me just so inclined. Me just study. You won't believe that. You see the seam of the ball. How to turn so. I forget the in swinger and the out swinger.
Who taught you
Wow.
that? 3 goal. And you go.
You go.
Come on, you come in, somebody will teach you.
You go, just look up, you go, stand up by the stump, and you look up, and I'm going to the first delivery, you say, Tal, he said, Richie, come here. Take people a little closer to the stump. Some get a little tip, when the man see the potential like that.
What kind of potential?
What do you mean?
You see,
boy, listen.
look, all you saw.
When the man
Wait,
open
let me
the
explain to you.
ball,
Let me
give the
explain.
ball quick
Let me
now.
explain to you. All what you saw, right?
I move up, mash up my white pants.
Let me explain to you what you saw. You saw Villa shot man. If you get him have a ball, you can make the team Villa one shot next week. That's what you saw in you.
What?
Yeah.
Me do what?
Make up the team, the shot
Make up
man.
this team.
Hey look, ask Chuck. Chuck will tell you now. Villa the team, right? And Elman could make the team because Elman said G man. If he didn't G can't make the team. He tell him about that, you know. Chuck, tell him about the team. G man, like he's a little guy named Gino.
He just figured
Yeah,
the
for me-
guys would
George and Gould and so.
There's this guy that
Gilead dominate.
Gilly, you know what I mean?
If Chuck can remember, he used to live up by Chuck's side. This slim man right there by the car, right? Chuck when he turned in by the supermarket there by Everall there.
Roger?
Roger.
That's a Charles. Scotiabank man.
Me played bouncing too.
Yeah, but bouncing young like you.
No, but bouncing
Everall is also-
bouncing me don't go America, England and so on and play and
They come by
back.
school.
And then you end up
Everall is
in damage the ice, you can't in the stable, but drive a bump at you, right? I don't know how you get out of the way.
Yeah, the pitch was bad. Bad pitch. You can't be on the
Hey,
box.
listen, the first bump of me ball, right? Short pitch ball, right? Let me tell you, you're gonna laugh at me now. I grip the ball so tight.
When
And-
pass him.
Yeah, the first time, me full steam on them, bam! Short pitch. And the man from Barnes will do. And when he come back up, so that time the ball.
That's so slow, ball.
Hold the ball too tight. So Goose say, you hold the ball too tight.
Yeah, I guess the guy wasn't watching the ball.
Yes, he just, for time he sees the
He ball
shot,
shot, he just took-
he starts
So
to
he
do.
bat like Western's man now. So he's ball shot, it's start up.
Yes!
I see.
And when he come back up, so that time, slow motion to pass. So I learn that I kind of now lose my hand. Yeah, me really get into it, me get some tricks.
So you want a natural bowler? You learn the trade. You want a natural bowler.
Not with a hard ball.
That's what I'm talking about. You want a natural.
And then when me ball win ball, me grip them the same amount out. Me turn seam with win ball too now. Listen, me ball win ball, and the first 5 ball are wide them ball now. Call wide.
You try to go too fast.
No, but me drop it. If me drop it anything on the half stump in the middle, he swing.
The movement.
Yeah, he swing.
Okay.
So I have to go leg, and he natural swing.
See, the man will ball now. Sound like he.
He sound like,
yeah.
So, I like you tell.
No, I'm tell you, the boat wide.
You know, maybe you have your bowling prowess.
My pitch.
Whenever you're bowling, no time like centuries.
I mean,
Wait, tell me something. Wait,
How the one?
Your college doing it sometimes, right?
No, all the time.
So,
Me
you
everything all the time.
ever the song the King Lion? That get Kenny Dempsey chocolate time.
Yes.
Are you that King Lion?
Listen, they play again. Fresh 11 to play over by Golden Grove now. And I want almost 31 over now. The first 3 ball, I knock 3-6 now, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam.
Wait.
18.
Just wait. The field big like in there, like earlier.
No, in the field, you know this field, what do you call them? A Triumph? No,
Yeah.
the field, no, not Triumph field, the one that
you tap and when they want just make a walk over.
Where they would
yes, the one
Where they would try and
he
field.
black up now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Like,
try and
that
field.
field.
Yeah.
That try and field.
But I mean, just hit the ball straight and bang them off. You're crazy.
We should.
Listen, me just
You learn that thing too for Chuck.
Listen,
You learn that thing too for watching Chuck in your young days.
me not gonna sick this square leg from a ball outside the half stump now.
So wait. Are you doing something long before T20?
Yeah, but me step, see my back foot, me step on so right. And when the man pitch, I'm just square and pow.
So wait, what the reverse sweep?
No,
Oh,
I'm pull.
a pull.
You know, look, me face on. And when the man run in, I put my back foot outside the half stump. And then come cross and knock him square leg for 6.
So you improvise on a shot
Yes.
like game ago. So I know what T20 now. So we doing this over a long time.
You see me tell about the foot movement somehow.
Yeah, but you just do.
Sometimes tell me into my cricket.
So it
But
was
when me
say,
bat hard ball, the ball me the ball on my ribs, because me catch them.
Second of me.
Remember I know? Me not had a shot there yet. No, me had a shot. Anything on me shot.
you're chuckle laugh after you, man.
Yes, catch him.
So play the blues again.
No, me catch him.
Maybe you get
Catch the shot ball and come and leave him. No, me had a shot there.
So they take out of the bat and
I mean, catch him in the sun. And me just have fun with when I'm going about now. Because for some reason, me walk up to the field and me see them set the field left-handed. Me tell you who tell them me bat left-handed. Me no bat left-handed.
I call it a basketball.
So,
That's
yeah,
right.
and me bowl left-handed. some like Ambrose and Melara. So me see the field set left, me take my left hand the yard, make the stump.
Right.
And then I get up, turn around, and then
Full of hours.
you never that kind of fun there. Me see them set the field, the guard, the slips gone, to the left hand they take, so me take the guard left hand then, and then I take up my bat, look around, and then I start to paddle right. That's the way I just
See, you had some fun in the cricket.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that's good that you play supposed to have fun.
Yes.
You know, because it's important that
Listen, me
you
just
enjoy
go
it.
people, I had a ball behind my back and so now.
Maybe.
Back pass, I mean, behind back pass and so.
Like basketball.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's why Chuck wasn't around at the time.
No, listen. Me just stand so and the ball come over and me just run out and watch the man ahead and just put my hands on just pluck the ball like a rebound out the man and the ball there. That's how me had the fun. Me just in the summer.
How many goals give away the kind of way?
How many do?
How many goals to give away?
No,
doing
me
that?
tell you can't score me easy. A 3-goal whole season, that's how I can take a team.
The defense, not the human, the defense.
No. Me remember me in the recreation ground now and in the crumpy,
Crush.
Crush does say.
A crushing name. You know you get the name Crush?
No.
See? This man tell me about that in 1970 something now. 1970, I think it's 6, I remember 75. Hey, you know, Villa and Villa meet Empire. Fighting broke out. And Villa Manaz won.
Yeah, I was the one.
Oh, Lord, the man said, Crush decided he can in the gym for getting strong for the next season. So when the meeting and the fighting broke out, Villa man can crush them. But guess what happened, you know? Kind of part of the truck, you know. Fighting broke out, Villa man still going again. So tell you, I know the history, you know.
Outdoors have superstars and 5 number in the recreation ground, right? I mean, they try to remember them days outdoors. They just say Tumba and the other man so fast. And I was had 2 halfback, one named Ibu and one named Desmond.
The Philip boys, the Philip brothers, the Philip brothers.
2 men and go ahead. And Ibu and Desmond just run them down.
The Philip boys. I know them, you know.
Ibu one of the better players.
What do you mean?
Came out of Antigua.
Yeah.
I know them brothers, man.
Yeah,
We go and
good
fill it
man.
up. We know there's something going on. I know the Philip team, and then the guy Desmond and the brother. We know them.
You know, to be honest, right? When you talk about football, one of really better player, Mervyn Richards.
Okay, if you know.
Listen, let me tell you, when we make Antigua national team first, right? Mervyn, just outside the 18-yard box, he planted the ball the same place and hit about 5 different shots from the same angle, tell me to move. And the ball and then bend and come straight to me, one bend so, one bend so, one bend so. And me learned that from Mervyn as a goalkeeper. And me just always tell them, watch the foot.
I was just going to say the foot position.
The position. And me can actually read where the penalty go. Because when Mervyn showed me that how he position his body, when he knock the outside and he bends so, when he knocks so he bends so, and he knocks so he bends so, he just show me, he just say, reach in the move. And all the ball come to me.
Even if you know where the penalty, even if you know where the shot is going,
Right.
if the shot is well kicked, you can't stop it.
You know what I mean?
You heard me a while ago.
Okay.
Even if you know where the ball is going,
Right.
if the ball is well struck, there's no way you can stop it.
Okay, let me tell you.
Go ahead.
We went Northwestern in the college, right? 1-1, and Northwestern college get a penalty. And we just decided, listen, it's the last hope. The man score, we lose now, and away. And we decided to take a posture and bend down and put my hand so, put my next hand so. The man kicked the ball way down so now.
Okay, got out the goal.
Yes, the man kicked the ball way down by the post. He just couldn't see. When he see the hand, I'm gonna take the stand, right? So we make you believe, hey.
You're nimble. Like,
But as Chuck say, even they know, right? You see the pinting on your toe when you come and kicking a penalty. If you have to open up, if you take one side of foot, you can't hit on side of foot with your boots pint straight to the goal. You have to open.
Wait. I really man not top punch like Luther teacher that.
No, the only man that teach me top on the gene goal. He could drive and top punch for me in a penalty, right? Before me could get to the ball and fly in the goal. Jim could bad and top punch penalty.
I mean, these days goalkeepers move before the ball is being kicked.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
So,
And that is permitted?
yeah, if you commit yourself to one
Angle.
angle as a goalkeeper,
One side.
you go commit before the guy kicks. The guy not going stupid and kick where you go. You go kick
Right.
where you go. So if all things being equal, if the ball is well struck,
If you
you're not going to stop it.
It'd be
You see-
difficult.
you see-
It'd be difficult to stop it.
You're not going to stop it.
You see, Chuck, people just like me and Andy, our weakness upon the ground because of tall basketball. But me always tell them, if you hit the ball properly and you hit when he on the ground or in the air, he hit properly. And if he can beat out in the air. If as Chuck said the ball well struck and you get it, he can score. And the same thing with the ground ball. The ground ball hit properly.
You just don't have enough reaction time.
Yeah, you
to
got
get
problem.
to it.
Whether in the air or on the ground. If you well struck, me just practice geometry in the goal.
Geometry.
Yeah, angle. And me just say, if this goal scope, I'm say, if me in the position there, but they able to cut off the angle. So me just make a triangle when I'm in the goal. Right? Towards the end of the 6-yard box. So when the ball in certain position, I start between this goal. And if you understand what I mean, at one and you know the three sides equal, so I turn this way. So I know if you pass outside this here, you can go outside. You come in a range, I have to go to it. So if you practice angle, so you know when you come across you,
I think it's a man so serious goalkeeper, but I
you have
want
to study.
I want to
So like a serious cricketer,
No, we all
so like a serious goalkeeper, or going to
Now the
calculate.
10 minutes, but what happens? Tell us about the most memorable occasion playing basketball for Antigua and football representing Antigua. Those times you
Basketball.
remember. You played in St. Kitts?
Let me tell you.
I think it's been most rival
St. Kitts
team.
home now.
With the guy Huggins, Trevor Huggins and
St.
stuff.
Kitts home and the Villa Man.
Huggins.
How things be home in Villa Man?
Let me tell you this, right? When you hear me lying in St. Kitts, St. Kitts belongs to me now. Crazy man. Listen, let me tell you how Skillville from Villa stop. You see Antigua visit St. Kitts, like now the Leeward Island, next month Skillville gone now. The next month Skillville gone back now. Right there now. Right there competition. And when me land in St. Kitts now, as I say, the damage, me do my damage because you know the respect. Luther Kelly. You know Luther Kelly well.
Body man, I know Luther.
I went in the stand, so Luther Kelly came to the game and he said he can't stay home no longer. And me sit down just so. He hear about this Richie Francis. So he put on his slip and he come the one.
Right, pussy.
The son. And he talked to Jay first, he talked to them man. And something. So he talked for about maybe 15 minutes and then asked the question. Oh Richie there? The man said, look right there, sit down. He said, no. Well Richie, he said, look right there. He said, not he.
Which you see you look for?
No, he looked for the
Oh, big champ man. Okay.
big strong man. He couldn't believe it. This bone is structured. So he said, listen, boy, me can't believe you. He tapped on the way, he couldn't take it. He wanted for me this Richie. And when he see like a bone, he slim man, me by the leg muscle, the scarf.
Well, a lot of basketball players don't have leg muscles.
Damage them.
It's just natural for some reason. All
It
the
just
jump.
damaged them. He said, me listen, I was listening in St. Kitts and let me tell you, I played OECS tournament in St. Kitts and averaged 40 pints a game in the tournament. 40 pints. You know how that people do? Come every night and hit over 40.
It sounds like you're a shooting machine.
Yeah, man, it sounds like a
Listen, Chuck.
That's why Teddy say you probably don't play no defense. You are
No,
you
Chuck.
got so much offense.
Chuck, let me tell you, Chuck. I will play in tournament in Grace Farm. I love play on the turf with the competition, the rivalry is strong. I go Grace Farm, I'll play in Grace Farm tournament. And when they do up the presentation award, I'll get knocked out long after. And somebody's win the championship now. When the man do the tally for get the most valuable players, and the man call me win the trophy now. Over 40 something to me, I was in the Grace Farm now. One game get a whole 100 now.
100 points.
One game.
You sound like Will Chamberlain.
100 pints.
You sound like Will Chamberlain.
That's tremendous, man. Commendable.
Serious? No, I mean,
100
as I always
When
tell
they play
you,
the defense game, man, I had cool basketball.
me a team player. No tell me go mark Earl. Tell me if I can see the ball like a football and me run across and steal that. If me go mark Earl man to man, listen, Antigua play on college game here up at Navy base, and they have this white boy shoot, and me decide me go mark he can get me some, and the team called timeout. You know the coach tell me, your mark he good now, but you not score now. So you better take your mind off and shut it down, and you better get some ball in the hole. So when I'm playing, me play for myself, the coach will say, hey, me bring you here to sit on the bench and pick up 4 fouls. So why must I pick up Earl and play tough defense? Because one of the toughest defense I'm in charge now. Most of the time they say blocking.
Yeah.
And me get told that and go with the game now. The same coach, tell me how Jericho, Elijah, I'm a pro talent Jericho. Me bring you to sit on side me. I don't bring you to sit down here. So me as a player, what do you mean by that? Me have to make sure me available. So if you mean a man pass me, you have to do that because he don't tell me, me can't help him on the bench. How am I going to help you sit down?
I think he was one better coach out there, right?
Yeah, so he say, me need you on the court. Listen, no disrespect for the legends and them and the great players. It's how we play and me run so hard. I'm feel more on chop. I say sub. You know Elijah do me? In front of all the superstars, I call timeout and say sub, sit down. That's the rest you need, go back on. So me, when I'm coaching, because right now I'm sponsor, my coach, my manager, I win out the business
that's something they do?
Yeah, but I'm the business league champion.
Which team?
Got shooters.
I never heard about
That's
that.
the Spanish team?
No, last business league, in the business league.
So,
speaking-
the business
I coach, I manage,
Speaking of basketball, how come Villa has no basketball team now?
You raised my
I need to
answers.
ask questions.
You raised my answers there.
Listen. I don't know if you see
How come they don't play no cricket in Villa Park no more?
Let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you how generation have changed. And we're chuck out the fight and play on barefoot and play some. We
I've seen an empty basketball court down the daily, and when I go down walking in the morning,
Let me tell you
in the
what
evening.
we had.
What's up with that?
They fixed the basketball court, and they decided to put up two
Glass blackboard.
outside blackboard, one play, and they put them one to the east. In less than a week, somebody lick out the glass.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
But my
I'll
question
continue
is,
play.
my question is, how
You know,
come,
just recently,
how come you all on the team?
we have team.
What team?
We have team playing in Division 1 and 2.
Okay, what the team name?
What the name? My brother coach both of them. Fearless School.
Okay.
Fearless School 1 and Fearless School 2. They played just there, the youngsters. Just 3 weeks ago, they go. I have to go and put them some white flexi up down there. If you pass and see them, a glass, the man lick out the glass.
What under the cricket team now?
I don't know nobody with the cricket. Listen, let me tell you, we have a nice basketball court, we have good turf, they do it for the basketball court, ride bicycle, play football now. Small go now.
Because they're not playing the basketball. So
Then
don't find so used to it.
No different mindset?
Yes, a different mindset.
Wow.
Right? If we when we pass them, we say, listen, we go on the court, we say, listen,
Right.
I got all them nice
Right.
surface,
Right.
study, and them not playing the basketball.
Uh-huh.
They're not playing the basketball, they're interested in
But
different
you have
level.
two nice, what you call it, glass board
they
and
mash
stuff,
them
and
up.
they mash them up.
They mash them
But that alone don't give them motivation.
Yeah,
for do anything on
they
it.
get some big stone and just lick out the glass
Ah.
for some reason, right?
Wow.
How the football feel, and then listen. Let me tell you, as Taddy will tell you, I'll use the Villa Park to fly kite
Right.
because then they play no sport in
So
the sun.
youngsters, they're not interested in sports.
No, them not interest. Matter of fact,
Wow.
I'll get them for fly more kite than for play
Right.
football or basketball.
Wow.
You know, bird
Richie, that
my
no
brother have.
Richie, that no sound good, you know.
I-
That's
Okay.
Chuck said that was so good.
Chuck,
I know sound good.
just to add insult to injury.
Right.
Right, Chuck? That don't sound good on behalf of Villa. But let me tell you, this season, we could not field 5 Division 1 team in Antigua and Barbuda.
Division 1 basketball.
The top level.
So it means the sports, so sports in general, only
Just showing him.
That's just
You know,
not Villa alone.
They have to delay division, the top league in basketball.
I remember hearing that.
We only had 4 teams. And you imagine me that 93, them tell me I can come and play.
I heard about that. They could feel some
We
teams.
can't feel, we could not feel a
Yeah,
competition.
And the reason for that is what?
The player, well,
The youngsters them not
I don't
interested in
know
sports
what-
anymore.
I've seen.
know.
I'm
I
just
don't
going from what I've seen. I've seen some recreational field being used for other purposes, which is a concern. So that might be part of why a lot of the youngsters, not interested, because the facility itself is not there.
The
And I don't
facility-
want to name specific communities where I've seen recreational facilities are being given up for some other purposes, which is not good, because when you talk about social economic issues like crime rate and all this kind of stuff and juvenile delinquency and these kind of stuff, you need some kind of outlet for the youngsters to go and let off their frustration, and athletics or recreational playing is what is a source that they can go and for the outlet. I don't want to talk about the community that you're from, where we've seen some of the fields are being compromised. We've seen field along in Grace are being compromised, and it's happening all over. So something is wrong with the leadership in terms of sports. I don't know who the Minister of Sports is, but that needs to be addressed. It may look simple, but he has a lot of social backlash to it.
Let me tell you, one of our major problem, and the basketball has become somewhat like the football. You see this imported players, that 1 year Param whole team was, right, in basketball. That is what's happening. And right now, they have award named after me, Most Points Award that I went.
You're the most points man.
Yeah, and that name after me. And Chuck, me go to the presentation a few times, and every time me got the award, me another person, me never see this person. Me like me say, listen,
You go watch games?
yes, but this person to come from here, me can't give him what somebody don't come from here.
Nothing wrong if you bring in players, but you have to cap it, because if you bring in, I would say bring in players that the other players can learn from.
Learn
Sure,
from.
right.
Don't bring in a player that go sit on your bench, because that
Yes,
doesn't
makes sense.
You bring in a place, and what me
Players
say, right?
that players can learn from.
If you see what they're averaging, like in the teens, you could tell me that the top players can average 20 points a game or 25 points a game.
No, in the 70s, when we played at the village school, we had about 10 first division team,
Okay.
about 15 second division team. How come now we can't find players? And that was just
Like
one community, basically.
You can believe that Grace Farm could not field a team this year.
I want,
Grace Farm?
Yes.
Earl, I want
could not
to
feel the team.
give you your part in shots now, but I want to ask something quickly. Can I mention Business League Basketball? I want to start to stream some of them live, so I'm going to get in touch with you about that.
19 shooters.
No, so I want to stream the basketball.
Okay,
When I say stream, see like we're doing now
Yes,
live?
yes, yes. We-
Can I give live so people can see
starting
other stuff?
Hopefully in September.
So we're going to get in touch with you
Next
and
month, you know.
discuss it a little bit.
It's the bowling night and all in the day.
So,
job,
what I'm saying, we're going to give our passing shots. Chuck, we'll have a close out show now.
Well, thanks a lot for inviting me. Like I said, I'm kind of bewildered that some of the fields that I've seen, they're not being occupied, they're not being used. And, I come pretty often. It's not just a one-time thing where you may want to say, oh, it's carnival, so, they're not playing. So I would like to see the fields being given back to the athletes so that they can spend some meaningful times on the court. And thanks again for having me.
Right. Richie?
As I'm a sport fanatic, whatever it is. I didn't even know that I played mixed netball.
I know I played that ball, yeah.
I was most valuable playing mixed netball. One of the things that people couldn't believe that I could shoot the ball in a little small hole. So me just a natural hole.
I guess because of
hole.
height, you just put
Yeah.
it behind.
And, we need to do better in our sporting.
Sports.
Yeah,
Right.
we have to get it back, as for us to only field 14, we have to get the community themselves. I don't know what lacking the motivation, because if you will notice, any little function is now dominated by teenagers.
Right.
Even the carnival activity coming on. So we need somehow, some way to get them children energy back into sport. We need to uplift the sport. As Chuck mentioned, some of the fields are occupied by other activities, and so we need to give back the people the field. I remember just before we had the polyclinic there, Villa Ground was beautiful and well green. Now it's like a little
Cackle field or something, you know. we have to west on my neighbor, the field now occupied by the Port Authority. We have to get back this thing and get the people them on the field, let them spend more time in the ground, and you know what I mean, and that will help. But you know, but as I said, Taddy, good for having me here, and I hope that the next time I'm here, we can talk about some kites, you know, because you know I'm a high flyer, and I've shown you something. Taddy come to flying, and he said, I don't see any kites. I tell you, you look in the wrong place. Don't look across, look up. He said, what is this? You know what I mean? So Earl, nice to be here too. I hope you all invite me back so we can talk some more.
Most definitely.
I don't think we need you in the
much.
kite too. I think we need you in the field. We need you in the basketball court to rejuvenate some of those basketball.
I sponsor, I coach.
We need you in Villa basketball to revitalize that basketball long. I mean, Villa used to be the mecca for basketball.
Right.
That is true. When you go Villa, man, lots of teams around here. You know?
Well, okay.
Even the Grateful Man, Sean Cow and these guys, you know. So, look, in closing, guys, Chuck said something very important to me.
Right.
You know,
The field.
the village of fields, and so
Right.
I touch on Point and Grace. They were the most of the problems start. The young guys, they need the place, basketball complex on Grace Farm and filling on the field. Now all that is nonsense to me too.
Right.
Keep young guys out of the field, man. Man or woman, so keep them out of trouble. So they have to find something else to do, you know, occupy the time. So I just want to say thanks, Richie, because trying to get him for a while now. It cost me all, I said invite him last week. We invite him, I say, call me, someone call me this time. Make sure he said, make out 9:45, the man said 5 to 10 to start. Richie, they coming again, with a sneak show. And he came on time. Yeah. But one of the...
You came about the parking, so
I want the guy here, parking difficult, I'll come early. How do the man want to get him in next week? So we can talk about some pan, the old pan man for ovals, you know.
You play pan before, eh?
That was something, right?
Okay, so
Richie
come back next week.
Wait, Earl. This man played pans in 1962 and 63, so he played pan before he...
You play by 72.
You ain't bad yet. When the man play pan. Let me just
pass it. I'm thanking you, Taddy.
He played with the Grateful Man, your father. You know the Grateful Man, your father, the basketball man?
Yes.
He played the boot force leading 10 chopper pan and so that's man at top. He had bomb. So that this time what
I'm thanking you for telling me I'm looking so young.
So in parting, I want to say that Richie's supposed to be representing Villa in Calypso, and I don't know what's going on. So
wait. Other people don't represent them.
who?
How can people?
Zachary.
Calypso.
Zachary and so.
Zachary from Pint, Mr. Villa.
Boy, the man ticklish man.
I'm not turn yet.
The right child boy.